Welcome to our 2 cents. Welcome to our 2 cents.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our 2 cents. We're doing it again here at Raxo Studios with your host, Oscar. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you. And it means the world to me. And I swore I was going to change the way I started this shit, but that didn't happen. It goes to show that if you're getting ready last minute, hey, you get mediocre. That, well, you get that. Anyways, welcome back. This is the first week of September. Time is flying by, people. It's already the 9th month of the year, and we're already getting to 2025, where Project 2025 is going to take place. Look at that. That went by really, really fast. I can't believe I'm already listen, I'm technically considered a mister now. I'm no longer a young guy. I'm in my midlife. I wonder when the crisis comes in. I would never thought about that. When does the crisis come in? When does the midlife crisis come in? Because everybody thought it was at 50, and we've previously talked about it in the past. Midlife crisis is in your 30s. It's not in your 50s, people. Midlife crisis means you're in the middle of your life. Life expectancy is about 75, 6, 7, I don't know. But I do know that half of 75 is it 33 and a half? Yeah, that is 33 and a half. Holy shit. Damn, I am an old guy now. Wah, 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 wah. That's how old I am. I was born in the 1900s, people. In the late 1900s. During the late 1900s, there was no cell phones. Well, there was cell phones. They just weren't everywhere. It wasn't accessible to everybody as it is today. That's for sure. I remember the beeper. I don't think I've ever saw a beeper. All I heard, the beeper to me, it was just a myth. I don't think I ever saw a beeper. I mean, I think I've seen a hospital. I mean, doctors at hospitals with their little beeper on them. But is it similar to that? And if it's similar to that, then I guess I have seen a beeper. But a beeper, technically, I've never saw one of them ever. I saw the brick phones. I even saw the military cell phones that they used to carry. Yeah, that was crazy when I saw it. It wasn't working, and the way the soldiers got it to work around when I was I don't know, this was probably when I was 3 years old. It's a very vague memory. All I remember is a soldier grabbing the fucking earpiece for the phone, just over. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. I don't remember, but I do remember that much. I do remember an instance where a whole platoon or whatever they're called came into the property when we were in El Salvador. I remember that. I was 3 years old. Like I said, it's a very vague memory. And for all I know, I could be making that shit up. I don't know. But those were the good times. Those were the days where everybody was free to do as they wish. Unlike today, you have to walk carefully with what you say because you might offend people. Like, for example, last week, who did we offend last week? I don't know. I think it was CH something. You know what? As a matter of fact, I was like, fuck, I got rid of that. I got rid of that clip and now I can't go back to it. I can't go back to it because I forgot. And I'm not going to fucking go watch the whole episode. Maybe I should go. No, you should go watch the whole episode and then tell me what it was. But I know for a fact it was on this section part of where I was talking about where this motherfucker was talking shit to me, telling me, there's definitely isn't any. Your response shows that you can't find any because none exist. Name one person that she's directly responsible for keeping in jail. But she's not, this dumbass CHV53, which I'm going to give him some light again because we did last time. He was talking about how you have no proof. You have no proof. I mean, the lady's fucking talking right there about her experience. And if you think that that's not proof enough, well, let me see. Maybe I can help you realize that they don't have their best interest in us. And I say us because I'm going to include myself in there. But these people don't have their best interest in us. Their best interest is in the shell companies or whatever companies that pays them money to put out the information they want you to hear. But
now, just before boarding a flight on July 23rd, my husband and I were pulled aside for additional TSA screening. Our electronics were swabbed for traces of explosives, and when we landed, my husband was pulled aside for another round of additional screening. On the next several flights that we took, our boarding passes were marked with the quad S, and we were subjected to in-depth
secondary
searches
security,
by the TSA every single time, each time
Screening.
taking 30 to 45 minutes.
Selection.
Every inch of our body patted down, every item in our carry-on searched and swabbed for explosive residue, and sometimes going through this all over again at the gate before being allowed to board the plane. Every time this happened, we were told by the TSA agent there, this is just a random selection.
Random,
that
huh?
might have been believable if it had happened just once or twice, but 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row, there's no way. On August 4th, federal air marshal whistleblowers came forward with very disturbing information. They revealed that I had been added to a secret terror watch list run by the TSA called Quiet Skies.
there it is. Well, there's proofs of that. I mean, she got searched a bunch of times while going through TSA. I don't even know how that works, though. I don't even know how TSA. I don't even know what the fuck TSA is. All I know is that they work at the airport and they're the ones checking your luggage, see if you have. Which I've seen in that movie. What's it called? Not Sex Drive. That's a different movie. I forgot the name of that movie. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out into the world so that everybody knows they are doing everything they can to put in process their plans, put their people in place so that their plan goes according to plan. I guess that's the most important thing that they're looking for. Their best interest is in putting that out there, right? But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's really even worth my personal time, I'm saying, you know. But I don't know. Some CHV3, I don't know what the fuck his name is. I'll probably tag him. I'll tag him again in this video just so I can be like, look, dude, shut the fuck up. So the space station, right? We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I don't have the fucking videos no more. But we talked about it, and now they've already, as of today, when this recording is being done, the pod landed. I guess everything went fine because from what I read, it was just they landed, retrieved it, and that was it. Nothing specific about it. Unless, you know, they run tests now, and then they're going to find out what really it is. But apparently Boeing is not happy because the competition is probably going to take their contract. Right? Because what is it? It's SpaceX? Yeah, SpaceX is the one that's going to bring them back, right? Because NASA doesn't trust them enough to bring them back. But this is what's weird about it, right? This NASA deal, this astronaut thing has become such a big deal that everybody stopped paying attention to what happened a couple of weeks ago. I mean, this hasn't even been a month yet, probably. It's probably been a month, probably more than a month. But it hasn't even been a year yet. It hasn't even been 6 months yet. It's probably around 4 or 5 months since we were told that, we were told about a month ago, actually, that everybody's Social Security got fucking leaked in the dark web. So everybody has your information. And this is fucking weird about it, right? Now, my information is out there. That information should have not been out there. The other information that I personally put out there, that's fine. That's not a problem. But the information that I don't put out there should not be out there, like that information. Anyways, But I'm getting weird phone calls, which is leading me to believe that it's time to make some changes because, look, if my information is leaked out there, I should just fucking keep changing my shit constantly so that I keep these people guessing, right? So that way they don't come across my fucking $5 in my savings account and they take my money away. Like, fuck, dude. I'm barely fucking collected this $5 and people are already trying to take my money away. Is the government not enough? Is the government not doing enough for them to take my money away that people got to come in and try to take your money away? I think criminals should only focus on rich people. They have the money to cover. They have the resources to repair the damage. Regular people don't. When regular people get fucked with their fucking shit like that, with their identification like that, it just fucks up everything, and you just fucking put somebody into turmoil. You just put somebody into, I don't know, some sort of scenario like the Rat King where you can't get away. Anybody know what a Rat King is? You know what a Rat King? A Rat King is when a bunch of rats, their tails get tangled, and that becomes a Rat King. But that's what the shit that I saw. But Jordan Peterson also said on the podcast with Theo Vaughn, I believe it was. He was saying that the Rat King, what that is basically is a study where they put 10 rats in a pile 10 different times. And all those rats, you take away the winning rat, you put it aside, right, and you get rid of the rats that lost because they're probably dead. The other rat killed him. I don't know. Something happened. And then you challenge all those rats that won, you put them together, and then you leave the rat that wins that competition out of all the rats that are still left, you throw that out into the general population, and then your rat problem is done. That was what Jordan Peterson said. But the other one that I heard was that when their tails get tangled against each other, that happens, and that's like an accident that's very rare, and it's like a bad omen. So that's probably a lie. There we go. We got to it. Thank you. We got to it. The Rat King theory, it's a fucking lie where their tails tangle. I mean, I'm pretty sure rats have control of their tails more or less, right? Right? They can move them around. I don't think they're stupid enough to have their tails tangle against each other. I mean, they're not human. Anyways. But yes. Anyways, the ISS space station has been hacked. Allegedly. That's an allegation now too, right? An allegation is the reason why they're pushing views and eyes away from that direction, from paying attention to what's happening at the ISS station here on Earth, is because somehow their information got hacked and they got payments for people, like how much people get paid or something like that. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just like, ooh, that doesn't sound right. Because they would be doing something else to try to have people look elsewhere. Probably. I mean, I don't know. That's probably right. Anyways, that's what's been up with that. And to me, nobody's talked about it anymore. I mean, I don't even see it online. I don't even think I've seen anything about how everybody's information got hacked into the dark web, and nobody's making a follow-up. Nobody's doing that. You know, since nobody's doing that, we, our 2 cents, should probably do that. We should do a follow-up. How do you do an investigation? I don't fucking know. I barely even have time to do this. Work, life. Unless, you know, if people were to somehow at least 1,000, no, I don't need 1,000. I already got 88. I need 911 people to hit subscribe on YouTube. And I need another 1,000, another 10,000 people on TikTok. You know, and Instagram too, all those platforms. I need at least 10,000 more people to fucking, you know, just, you don't even have to watch my shit. Just fucking hit it. Just hit the subscribe. That's just more than enough. All right? All right. Let's do that. Hit the subscribe button, please. That's what's been happening. And you know what? It's a good time. It's a good time to be alive regardless, right? Regardless, because as time goes on, we're gonna get to see things. We're gonna get to see things online though. You're gonna be questioning whether is this fucking true or not. Did somebody making a video about bullshit, right? Is somebody doing that? Well, most people do. I do too. And I came across this right here. Whether it's true or not, it's beyond me. I tried to do a little research, but it seems like it might be true. What it was doing there, no clue. Is this AI? There is something in the sky. There is something. I mean, my first thought, it was like, that's great AI. That was my first thought. But you listen around and people's reactions, right? Which could have also been added to it. I mean, I don't see no heat signature. There's no heat signature, so is it true or is it fake? Because if it's fake, it's a good fake video.
We're here at the world famous Sapphire, Las Vegas.
I mean, there's no heat, no lights, no nothing. So, what is real? With the help of AI now, it's going to be hard to decipher what's real and what's not. Like, for example, I'm confused about that. Like, if it's real, that's fucking cool, you know, because that's a fucking badass fucking, something jet. Some type of jet. I don't know. I'm not a jet connoisseur. I'm not a jet know-it-all. But I don't know if it's true or not, whether it's real or not, it's very interesting, you know. You can hear people's reaction. You can hear them actually like, oh, wow, people applaud. People are stupid enough. Listen. People are so dumb that they see a fire and they're like, oh, fire in the mountain. I'm going to go look at it. And people actually drive. You know how I know that people actually drive to look at the fire that's burning in the mountain? Where you can actually see it from afar. You don't have to get close to it. But people actually drive up closer because they want to witness the fire. That's how stupid we are. Oh, fire. I'm going to go look at it. And you know how I know that the people are stupid? Because I went to look at the fire. I too went to look at the fire. That's how stupid we all are. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get close. I want to see the fire up close. I want to see the flames. I want to feel the flames on my face. I don't want to burn. I just want to feel them on my face. That could be taken way out of context. I just want to feel them on my face. Whoa. Anyways, it is very interesting, you know, to see such a thing in the skies. And you know what? As time goes on, we're going to get to see even crazier things. Because I guess my thought is, and probably this is what I think happened during World War II, right? Nobody thought that there was such a thing as nuclear weapons. It was probably just like some type of conspiracy. Some type of conspiracy around the world where people were probably saying, you know, the Americans have this bomb that'll melt everybody. That type of theory. And it turned out that they did. Just like those stories from, is it the Book of Enoch or the Epic of, no, the something Mahata. That Indian text that they found, right? Where it talks about that he has a ray weapon that makes people freeze in place or some shit like that. I don't know. But that to me sounds like a ray gun where you're like, can't move. We're getting there, people. We're going to see all those things. Oh, and I recently learned, look, the pyramids that we know about are not the only ones. There is a ton, a large amount of pyramids in China that the Chinese government is not allowing anybody to go look at them. I mean, it's not allowing regular, what are those people called? Paleoanthropologists or whatever they're called, those people. They're not allowing paleo people to go look in those places to see what they find. They're not allowing it. So what's in there? What are they hiding? You know, they must be hiding some type of technology that's, you know, all this shit that we talked about. You know what? Oh, here, good thing. Good. The weather in Asia, is it China? China? Yeah. The weather in China. You know, people for so long have been praising China for, you know, their amazing structures that they built. I wish I would have gone there. I wish I would have, but I didn't think it was really interesting information to show people about the weather. It's probably good information to show. But anyways, so there's this thing. There's this thing going on in China where people are praising them for their architecture, how fast they build buildings, how efficient they are at building them. But here, this week, they've had the real test. They had the real test where their buildings that they built so fast was put to test by the weather. What happened to their whole window, their whole side of windows? The whole side, all the windows fell out because they got pushed out by the wind. So that goes and tells you, listen, I know you're being very efficient. I know you're being very good at building your buildings, but are they sturdy enough to go through a typhoon like they just went this week? Apparently not, because the windows are falling off. Not like, I mean, I understand the windows could possibly fall off, but the whole side of the building's windows? That to me is just like somebody didn't do their math correctly or somebody didn't screw in the screws correctly. I don't know how to install windows. I'm not an expert. I probably am, but I'm not. Right? There was that. That was very good. That was very good. Constructing buildings so fast that you don't even know if they're going to work during that, right? Anyways. Oh, shit, I was talking about the ISS station. How could I forget about this? It was all over my TikTok this starting, I think it was Monday, I believe, Tuesday. One of those. No, Tuesday. It was probably Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those days where the noise from the space station that they were hearing, the pulsating noise, right? If it ever works. I mean, you don't have to work if you don't want to, you dumbass computer. Meanwhile, I do this. But anyways, you know, I heard about this. I heard about it and I was like, huh, that's interesting. Interesting that they're hearing noises out there and the people that are over there don't even know what those noises are. They have to resource back down to Earth and ask them, hey, we're hearing this shit. What is it? Do you know what it is? Apparently no. Apparently I can't show you, right? Because my computer is being a jackass. Hopefully the video doesn't get ruined some way, somehow. All right, let's try this again. We're going to try it again because I really want to go over this. You know, as soon as I heard about this, all I could think was like, you know, the well, I guess it's not going to work. We don't have videos no more, people. Well, that fucking blows. That just fucking blows. See, this is what I was afraid of. I'm afraid of having to, when I'm already, 10 minutes, 20 minutes in? I don't even know how long I'm in. Well, yeah, 24 minutes. When I'm already 24 minutes in and I start like, I don't know what I'm saying. And my videos don't work. That's worse. That's worse. Worse is that. But anyways, It's not gonna work. Anyways, but they're inventing the NASA soul. I'll go back to that if this shit decides to work sometime. Whenever it decides to work, we'll go back to it. All right. We decided it was going to work. All right. It decided it wanted to work. So I want to show this because this was what the news was about.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker, and I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep Mike and let you hear. I don't know what's making it.
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy. Yep, good recording.
Sounds
Thanks, Butch.
like-
We will pass it on to the team and let you know what we find.
Sounds like heartbeat to me. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on heartbeats, but it sounds like a heartbeat of some sort or some type of thing, right? But is it? You know, it's so funny, right? That they are out in space and they hear this thing out in space, and probably about a year and some ago, I don't know when was the submarine that imploded in the ocean, right? They had a similar instance. That's the blow. And they say, see, it goes on and on. And they say it's echo. They say that the rest of that is echo. I didn't even get it. It goes that. And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And they said it was echo. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert in the subject.
It's with you, Butch. Go ahead. Copy.
I mean, it was much slower. Maybe in my brain it sounded
Yep,
better.
good recording. Thanks, Butch. We will pass it on to the team and let you know what we
In my brain it sounded better, but that's the implosion they heard. You know what? I convinced myself. I'm convinced it's not. I was thinking, it's just suspicious that they heard pulsating noises at the bottom of the ocean, and now they're hearing pulsating noises in space. I mean, I don't know. It could be or it could not be. I'm definitely wrong, apparently. I'm definitely wrong. But anyways, I did say Maduro, right? He was talking about Christmas in October. Christmas in October for Maduro. In Venezuela, everybody from Venezuela should go back to their country, right? Because they're celebrating Christmas early. Christmas is being celebrated early.
Homenaje a ustedes, en agradecimiento a ustedes, voy a decretar el adelanto de la Navidad para el primer.
So I'll translate this. In gratitude to you, I'm going to decree the advancement of Christmas to October 1st for everyone. Look at all these people. Look at these people. You think that's the face of somebody really excited about celebrating Christmas early? Look at those people. Look at that. That guy's face is like, what the fuck, really? Christmas early? I can't believe it. Now, what does that come with? That's what I want to know. Does that come with a pay increase on whatever job you do? Or is it just a tactic to distract everybody from the fact that he took over without him being elected. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. That's probably true. That's probably true. Yes. Yes, it is probably true. So that happened. That happened. You know what's interesting? I find interesting too. This is about, and you know, I said I made it a point where I said I wasn't going to talk about Kamala no more because I probably was talking too much about her because people are going to think like, oh, he's for Trump. But no, I'm not. I'm just fucking pointing out what they both do. The hypocrisy that they both put out there, right? And this was interesting to me. You could look at this both ways. You could look at this in the way that you could think that they are doing it because they want to get people thinking the opposite of what they are really doing, right? Which is weird to me that now, which is Dick Cheney has endorsed Kamala. He endorsed her, and which is just suspicious to me because have we all forgotten what the fuck he did? There's a whole fucking movie about what the fuck this motherfucker did, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, because Dick Cheney said it, now it's gonna be okay. Ooh. There's that. And you could, and my brain goes to like, all right, if this motherfucker is endorsing her, this is definitely not the way to go because we've already done that. Well, not we, but they have already done that. And then you have Putin come out and say, you know what? We're glad she's running. Now, are they saying we're glad she's running because we're going to be able to do whatever the fuck we want? Or are they saying we're glad she's going to win because you guys are going to fucking run around you're going to run around like a chicken with his head cut off? There's that. Right? I mean, I don't know. But it is very suspicious the way both of them on the same week have come out and endorsed that person. Kamala. Dick Cheney, which is a war-hungry, mongering motherfucker, right? That put everybody in Iraq and made a fucking shit ton of money. And he's trying to make another shit ton of money with this whole Russia deal. That's why he's probably in favor of Kamala. And Putin is in favor of Kamala because they know that that's going to cause fucking more animosity within the country. That's probably it. Maybe. And then you have Trump being endorsed by the family of the dude that's running for vice president. If your family doesn't even fucking support you, what does that tell you about that person? I mean, I don't know. It's just so many things that seem like they're trying to do it so that people don't look this way. And then it comes out that a bunch of Republicans were getting paid. A bunch of Republicans were getting paid a bunch of money for them to put more misinformation or more information about Republicans. Yeah, about Republicans, right? That came out. And then you have all the fucking Democrats that went to the fucking meeting where they sucked each other off with Joe Biden in there, right? Where they were like, oh, I'm so happy I met you. Oh, I met the president. What a fucking weirdo. What a fucking weirdo. Like, this is what I don't understand about fanatism, about people being fanatics. Like, this is so ridiculous. Why the fuck are you crying, dude? Why are you crying just because you met the president? First of all, that motherfucker has never, ever done anything for you. Ever. And to think that he will ever do something for you is just ridiculous. Because for fucking years and that year and after year after year after year, right? Promises and promises, and they never fucking come through with the promise. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, listen, I have no dog in the fight. I really don't. I have zero dogs in that fight at all. Right? But I would like things to keep being the way they have been for the last 12 years. That's when I was doing it. Now it's just getting bad. Keep it the way it was. It means laws will stay the same. Means the borders will stay the same. It means the immigration problem will stay the same. Wait, fuck. No, because it's getting worse. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I just think it's not. I just hope the people who are going to choose wisely. I just really do hope that people do. And which, speaking of politics, brings me to this point right here, right?
Time passes, the better it gets.
Did you hear the story about the kid who was outside the Democratic fundraiser selling kittens? When the people came out from the fundraiser, he was holding up the kittens and he was saying, "Buy a Democrat kitten." Well, a couple of weeks later, the Republicans held a fundraiser in the same place. And when they came out, there was the same kid with the kittens. And he said, "Buy a Republican kitten." And one of the members of the press who'd seen him there 2 weeks before said, "Wait a minute, kid. You were selling these kittens the last time as Democrat kittens. How come the Republican kittens now?" Kid says, "Because now they got their eyes open."
You know, how quick does somebody turn Republican when they get a little bit of money in their bank account? Now, most Republicans want to keep their money. And I feel like if I had that type of money, I would want to keep my money too. So I feel like the best option would be the ones that are not pushing us in the direction where turmoil is in effect. So people, do not be the kitten from last week. Be the kitten from this week with your eyes open.
Funny thing about this joke is that
Yeah, well, that joke will never get old. And it makes more sense as time goes on. It just makes more sense. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool, though. That's a pretty good joke. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to steal that joke and say it on my set. Oh, you know what? I was so happy this week. I was so excited, right? I got to go to the Ontario Improv. Oh, that's a cool ass place. You know, I got to get over the fact of my fear thinking of me repeating the same shit over and over again. I just got to get over that fear of like, no, just fucking tighten it up. Say it better. Say it different. You know, next time I should probably say them in a different way, mind you. But I thought I did good. And you know what? Unbeknown to me, I ended up with the joke that I wanted to direct to somebody, which was perfect. Do not suck your own dick, people. No, it doesn't feel like you're having your dick sucked. It just feels like you're sucking dick. Take my word for it. I know for a fact. Anyways, I think I mentioned it earlier. Something about is it NASA solar sail successfully spread its wings in space. Now NASA is sending solar sails into space. They're sending solar sails into space for what purpose? I don't fucking know, but let's fucking read this article because I thought it was interesting when I saw the article, right? More than 4 months after launching to space, a solar sailing spacecraft has successfully spread its wings above our planet. NASA Advanced Composite Solar Sail System, ACS-3, caught a ride to space on April 24th. A Rocket Lab's electron vehicle, and at the end of August, NASA shared in a release that its mission operators verified the technology reached full deployment in space. On Thursday, August 29 at 1:33 p.m., the team obtained data indicating the test of the sail's hoisting's boom system was a success. Just like the wing guides a sailboat on the water, it only takes a slight amount of sunlight to guide a solar sail through space. Though photons don't have mass, they can force momentum when they hit an object. That's what solar sail takes advantage of. Thankfully for us, the spacecraft that deployed the sail contains 4 cameras that can capture a panoramic view of both the reflective sail and the accompanying composite booms. The first of the high-resolution images and expects to be accessible on Wednesday, September 4th, which was, 5 days ago, something like that? You know, this is interesting to me. I'm reading this. That's what the sail takes advantage of. Thankfully for us, the spacecraft that deploy the sail contains 4 cameras that can capture a panoramic view of both views. Of both the reflective sail and the accompanying composite booms. You know, it's interesting that they can send all these images from way the fuck over there. And me, I can't fucking pass a fucking file that's over 25 megabytes from my phone, I don't know, maybe across the United States for a fucking file, right? I can't do that. But it's interesting how you can send a panoramic view files of both the sail and the accompanying composite booms, right? I mean, I find that interesting. I find that interesting how that's possible. Maybe I just have a cheap phone. Probably that's what it is. The Advanced Composite Solar Sail System spacecraft will be put to the test over the next few weeks as the team observes the sail's maneuvering ability in space. By adjusting the orbits, researchers will be able to learn more about the design and operate future solar sail equipment missions. For what? I don't get it. Flight data obtained during the demonstration will be used for designing future large-scale composite solar sail systems for space weather. Space weather? The fuck does that mean? Does it rain in space? Is there a weather? What? There's a weather in space? There's weather in space? Early warning satellites, asteroids, and other small body reconnaissance missions and missions to obtain the polar regions of the sun. Rocket Lab shared the previous mission description. The location of the spacecraft and its orbit is roughly 2 minutes the altitude of the International Space Station. If we're looking at the sail from above, it would look like a square that measures nearly half the size of a tennis court. And approximately 860 square feet, 80 square meters. Meters? The fuck? You know, I'm confused. Space weather? There's space weather? Is it like the weather we know of? Space weather refers to variations in the space environment, that area of consequence of charged particles and electromagnetic radiation emitted from the sun. On Earth, water, temperature, and air give rise to weather, whereas the key contributors to space weather are particles, electromagnetic energy, and magnetic fields, according to UK National Weather Service. The Meteorological Office, Met Office. It's from the UK International Space Weather Station. Like, what the fuck? Are they going to tell me the weather, space? That's what they're going to tell me? I hate British because they're fucking colonizers. Fortunately for life on Earth, the amount of heat and light the sun radiates is remarkably constant. However, the stars can also blast matter out into space for most of human history. These ejections have gone unnoticed. And there's dark spots on the sun too, by the way, just so you know. Well, I guess there is a weather, and it's determined by what? By particles, electromagnetic energy, and magnetic fields. I guess that's what the weather in space is. Oh, well, it's good to know. I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm not a smart person. When you said space weather, I was thinking, does it rain in space? What the fuck are you talking about? But a little bit of reading, and we solved it. It's a message for everybody. Fucking read a book for once in your life. Put the TikTok down. Don't tell me what to do. Anyways, pretty interesting to know that geostorm is probably going to take place pretty soon, right? You know, they're putting all this shit out in space, solar sails, right? And we're learning about weather in space too, which is weird. And you also come and learn about this.
Meteor shower, which scientists now say could last 100 years. The meteor shower was caused when NASA slammed a spacecraft into an asteroid. It was a test to show whether an impact.
Well, fucking thank you. Didn't you have theories already that you could have blown it up and then you had a million pieces heading to Earth? What? Do we just fucking learn things and say, you know what? Let's fucking try it. See if we die. What?
Impact could redirect a meteor if it posed a threat to Earth. Now, scientists say it will take years for the meteors to reach Earth, and the pieces are so small that they say it won't pose any risk.
So what that story was.
That's what they say. That's what they say. It won't pose any risk. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that this is going to be okay and you're not going to fucking... But look, this is what's weird. Okay, all right, this is what's weird. So now we know that they destroyed this fucking meteor, but they're doing it for the Apophis meteor, right? Where it's going to come close to Earth and if they need to blow it up, they already know how to do it and they already know what happens. So I guess that makes sense. All right. I'm the dumb one for judging these people for not knowing what the fuck they're doing. But it makes sense. It makes sense what they're doing. It makes perfect sense. I guess what better way to learn about something that's fucking ginormous, big, right? What better way to learn it than to learn it in a small scale? That makes sense. I'm with it. Blow it up. Make everything we see and have on Earth now, we can make it. We are literally becoming gods. Those people are. I'm not becoming anything. I'm just a fucking peasant that's over here trying to, make a podcast work. That's just the only thing I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. Anyways, but we are literally becoming gods. We are making shooting stars now. That's possible now. They can make oxygen now. That's just not cheap for you because they don't want all you heathens to live. They want all you heathens to die. Heathens. Anyways. So, the news here in California is the state is splitting. The state is splitting. The state's going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. I think not. I'll tell you why I don't think so, right? Let me pull something up first before we do that. All right, I think so everybody is like, oh, California's going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. Everybody get out of there. Oh, this is going to be at the bottom of the ocean. I don't think so, bitch. Relax. Maybe. Re-fucking-lax. Because in California, the news right now is the Palos Verdes is sinking to the bottom of it because it's splitting in half. But what you have to take into consideration, the Palos Verdes is not only California. And where it's splitting, apparently, is like somewhere along this area right here is where it's splitting, right? And not all of it. It's only like somewhere in this area right here. It's probably going to be this area that just fucking cuts off and just splits to the bottom of the ocean. And it's not going to split to the bottom of the ocean, people. No. It's going to become the bottom of the ocean. So it's not sinking. Well, it is sinking, but it's not going to be. But this corner right here, you see that? That's the whole California. This right here is the whole California. This right here is the whole California. What's fucking sinking is that itty bitty nipple right there. That nipple is the one that's fucking sinking right there. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's not a good thing, definitely. But this is what's happening, right? So look, 4 years ago, look at how far it's gone up. It's gone down. It's just sliding little by little every fucking year. Again, I'll bring you back. Again, I'll bring you back right here. Look at that. In 4 years, this shit split from there all the fuck down here. In 4 years alone. Jesus Christ. So that whole area is sinking to the bottom of the ocean, apparently. And all those properties are red tagged. Most people can't be in there. Most people have gotten out of there, except for people who can't get out of there, which is very creepy. I know, I get it, I understand. It's terrifying. It's terrifying to think that's splitting. It's terrifying to think that that's going to split and it's going to become the bottom of the ocean, which I find that very interesting that that's happening here in California. And just so you know, it's not the only place it's happening to. This is in Mexico, Sonora, Mexico, right? Splitting. It's starting to split there too. Oh, it's happening. Oh, animals fell in there and died. That's how wide the gaps have gotten, right? And I wonder if it happened at once. And if it did, I wonder. It would be scary to hear how that sounds when it's splitting. Look how wide that is, dude. A whole cow fits in that. A meter is like 12 inches, something like that? Or 24 or 36. I think it's 36 inches. That's a meter. But it's pretty wide. That's in Mexico. So again, Palos Verdes, this is Mexico. And this right here is Palos Verdes, also splitting. And then I'm going to go back a year ago. This was a year ago.
In the ground that's estimated
this was a year ago in Kenya.
Deep has opened up in Kenya seemingly overnight. The crack stretches along Kenya's Great Rift Valley, and many scientists believe it could end up splitting.
Signs, people. Those are signs that we're heading into the direction where our geographical areas are going to change. Damn, that's gotta suck, dude, to fucking have to leave your house because it's nobody's fault. I mean, I don't know whose fault that would be. That was a year ago. I wonder where that's at today. It is interesting to know, this is what people have been saying for the past. This is what people have been saying for the past month. Like, oh, California is waiting for the big one. And you know what? And I have a feeling that if we do have a big one pretty soon, that area where Palos Verdes is already splitting is going to just fucking slide down the fucking ocean. And somebody out there in the world is probably going to have a tsunami in their hands to deal with. But anyways, I wish I'd had better news for you people, but the earth is splitting. We have a problem, Houston. We are hearing heartbeat sounds in the bottom of the ocean, and we are listening to heartbeat sounds in space. So what is going on? The earth is splitting. The weather's getting crazier and crazier as we go on. It's hot as fuck here. It's like a fucking oven outside, dude. Like, oh my God, I was outside on the last 3 days ago. It was when it was the hottest. And we had clear skies. I looked at the fucking weather app just to make sure we weren't going to have any fucking crazy hot weather. I look at the app. Yeah, it's going to be crazy up to 111, 112 degrees, right? Degrees, not Celsius, you dumb fucks. It's degrees. So I looked at the weather and it was supposed to be clear skies all week. But as of Friday, what do we get? Somebody sprayed the skies and then we started getting clouds. And which it got a little bit more pleasant. I'm not complaining about that. But we had a thunderstorm yesterday. So I don't know. Somebody sprayed something. Somebody made the heat stop. And it wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. But anyways, hopefully this week's a better week. And hopefully next week I'm going to try to have more pleasant news. I'm going to try to remember what I did, and I'm going to try to write even more, because this week I didn't write shit down. I just went like, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I got a clip of this. But I'm not smart enough. And I have change. Change is coming on soon. I have changes coming on soon too. So Bear Grylls the bear. Oh, Bear Grylls is old now, people, just so you know, by the way. He's getting old, just like we all are. We all are getting old. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our 2 cents. This is your host, Oscar. Deuces. Have a great week.
Our 2 cents.